WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com. WDBFradio.com.
My pot of gold that began to get boring, began to grow old. The only thing better than a setting sun is getting down and dirty with the scorpion. Scorpion.
Yeah, and it's one last time from New York for Margaret, Vinny, and the roving reporter here with a one word on WDBF Radio. Everybody's moving. WDBF Radio's moving over to Clearwater from St. Pete. Margaret and Vinny and the roving reporter are moving down to the Palm Beach area. And so a lot of big changes are going on. But coming up next, and the song that you're hearing now is The Scorpion, Hangin' With The Scorpion by John Seda and Jeff Wharton. John Seda's going to be up with us here in just a moment. And we're hoping you're enjoying it tonight here on WDBFradio.com.
The moon is rising in the astral plane. Nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Scorpion! Scorpion! Hanging with the scorpion! Hanging with the scorpion! Hanging with the scorpion!
I gotta tell you, I am thrilled that John Seda is back on our radio show here. Quite frankly, what better way to really introduce his song than on the one word with Margaret and Vincent and the Row Reporter show.
And the one
here.
word for tonight is Scorpion?
Yes. John, now, no. I don't know if this is deja vu or something, but I thought I saw a scorpion in my basement by my, what is that called, that rug? Oh. That expensive rug I have.
We don't live in the area where there's scorpions. You saw
a
spider.
Not.
A spider.
John, are you listening to me about this? Is he there?
He's not here with us, but he's moment. Oh, there he is. As we speak, he pops in. Let's go right to him.
John, tell us about this song and this album that's coming out over the weekend.
Hello.
Hello, John.
Boy,
hey,
you
Margaret,
sound.
I gave you you sound like you're in right next to me.
Yeah, I'm right here with a great microphone.
Have you missed me, John?
We're hanging with the Scorpion, Margaret.
So was I last night in the basement.
And John, this is Captain Hook in the studio in St. Pete, and we just got done playing Hangin' With The Scorpion before you just came on the line. So everybody, you can talk about it now, and we can play it again later if you like.
Okay, cool. This was an interesting project. It's the fourth video of a series of videos we've done for Scorpion Mezcal out in Oaxaca, Mexico. I want to give a shout out to Barbara Sweetman and Douglas French for supporting us on this project. It's all a part of an idea that I have to help artists, get their music videos done, sponsored by companies that wanted to have product placement. And so this product is a mezcal, and the mezcal is like a higher grade tequila. It's made out of agave. And this is really, really good stuff. I mean, we had a bottle of $170 bottle, 5-year añejo, and we drank it the other day. And while we were editing, and I posted a video on Margaret's Facebook page of this guy eating a scorpion after one of the sessions. But this was a really interesting one because this is the first video that I've directed and edited. And right next to me, I have Marco Dorado, who did an amazing help with me editing it. So we edited it together, and it was an amazing thing. We had these girls that came up, and Alejandra Gomar and Elise Gibson, who did a wonderful job dancing. And Jeffrey Scott Wharton, he killed the lyrics, and when I say that, I mean he did an awesome job writing the lyrics, and I did the music. I played all the instruments, and it was just it's been fun since we started. But it's been a very long project. It took over 30 hours of video editing to do. It's going to be released this Saturday, and it's going to be it's one of many videos that are going to be released in the future. With the idea in mind that we can get companies that see that there is a value in supporting the arts, and getting product placement at a fraction of a cost that it would cost them to probably do it a different way. And this way they're helping artists with the budget to produce their videos, and they're getting views at a minimal cost, basically.
And we should say we'll have it on WDBF Radio's Facebook page as they come out, and you can go there right now and see a couple of the videos. In fact, you can even see a picture of John when he was in the military. And happy Veterans Day, my old friend.
John.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Veterans Day. I saw that picture.
Yeah, that
John,
was I've been getting an amazing response
from
from that. I was just very surprised. I joined the Army when I was 17 years old. I had my parents sign for me, and so I was a young kid when I went in, and as you can tell by the picture, I was a baby. I still look like that.
A baby face.
No, I got long hair now.
You wanted to go into the Army?
Say again?
Were things bad? Because I know people that went into the military, they just wanted to get out of the house.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the things. I was very deep into music at a very young age. My mother taught me how to play guitar, and I was, always performing and playing at a very young age. I believe my first professional performance was at 15, and I played with a lot of the big, great Latin jazz players such as Giovanni Hidalgo, Roberto Sunol Montuno. A lot of guys you probably never heard before, but they're like they're the icons of the salsa music and Latin jazz. And from there I went to the Army, and it was that was a big change. I remember I went there in November, and it was not cool because the island was very hot and warm, and it was freezing cold. I was in Fort Gordon, Georgia, and I was in military intelligence. I was a radio teletype operator.
Did you bring a guitar with you?
Yes, I did. That was a funny thing. I found this shopping cart, and I pulled my amp and my guitar and everything, and I went pulling up, and the sergeant looks at me, he says, "Boy, you're in a heap of trouble now. I mean, did you think you're going to come here and play music?" And
why not?
But the funny thing was that after I went through all the training, I ended up in Fort Hood, Texas, and I was hired by the 2nd AD band to perform guitar for this salsa band, and they were traveling all over. So I actually played music a great part of my career in the Army, performing shows, and it would really make my officers kind of a little upset because sometimes they would pull me out of the field for me to go do these shows for these generals and stuff like that. And when I would walk out, they look at me and says, "You're in trouble, right? So we're going to make it hard for you." And they, it was always just joking with me and stuff like that. But it was really cool. I mean, I look back at it now, and I had a lot of great memories, and I laugh about a lot of the stuff that went on.
Doesn't the salsa ruin the guitar with the chilies and everything like that?
Yeah,
and
that
the cheese, the queso.
Well, you know what it was is that they wanted a secret weapon for their group, and they wanted this Santana feel. So I was that secret weapon, and because usually in salsa, you're right, they never use guitars. It's usually piano, bass, percussion, and brass, and singers.
I would think salsa gets all over the guitar and makes it sticky, and the queso and the chilies.
You're a slob.
The salsa,
John.
See, I'm the Santana too, but. Got a black magic marker. Anyway,
John, with the album that the video that's being released, I don't think anybody appreciates. I've been in the studio, not recording, but watching, as an observer, and like you mentioned that you did all the music for that. Mm-hmm. You have to lay down tracks. How long does it take you? I mean, how long does it take you to do this particular video? To lay down these music tracks.
This production, it probably took about 25 hours because I had to do it by myself. I had to lay down, program the drums, right? And then I played bass because I really wanted the foundation to be very strong and powerful. And we had these girls that we knew they were going to dance, so I had to make something that was going to be really cool that they can dance to.
Right. And they could dance, let me tell you.
Right, and it does. The song came out the way we expected it. But you know, the great part about it was that it was a lot of fun doing it. And once we had the foundation real solid, then Jeff came in and laid down some, scratch vocals, and he was like always, dude, you got to promise me that's not the final vocal. I said, Jeff, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. And when it was done, he was very happy, with it all. And it was a very fun process. We really had a good time doing it. And then the video was the next step. With video is a lot more complicated because you're now it's not I can hide behind the audio and but this time you have to perform, you have to look good, and I'm really proud of everybody that was involved. I want to give a shout out to, and I'm going to say his name first, Captain Hook. Stephen Kimberlin was there.
There you go.
Okay, because he said something to me today, and I said, you're wrong. It's in the credits. So anyway,
how about that person that did the artworks?
So anyway, Judy Collins, Marco Dorado, Jeffrey Scott Wharton, Annalise Gibson, Alejandro Gomar, and the hair and makeup people, Brigida Jacobus, Amber Jacobus, and Luis Vargas. Those guys were amazing. They made us look good. They made the girls look wonderful. And we did this Day of the Dead makeup, which came out to it ended up being the cover of the download, the digital download, and so it's on iTunes right now. So if you type in "Hangin with the Scorpion," you can find it. And we would greatly appreciate it if you buy it. And a word I say to all musicians, I do not believe in free music, and the only way you can make music live is by, buying music. I mean, that's what keeps it alive, because it's not so much that we do it for money, but it helps when you have a budget to work with and people buy your music, you can write more songs. And that's what it's all about, is, to be able to sustain yourself.
I agree. Well, we're going to break in a couple minutes. Would you like to stay with us a little bit longer?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay. We're going to play, I guess, I don't know. We miss you here at WDBF. We had a great show with you, and I've seen your videos in the past that you were involved with Steve and everything, and you do great work. We appreciate it because Vinny and he does a lot of photography. So we've done a lot of work with musicians in the past, getting the shots right. And there's so much intricacy that goes on with getting, like you said, a video and an album cover made. It's not so easy, as everybody thinks, everybody appreciates it. But the work and the detail that goes into everything. And it's good to hear that you enjoy what you're doing, because a lot of people, it's like a trek. Oh, I got to do this. But when you're working with good people, John, that's a blessing.
But I got a question for you, seriously, about the artwork. Now, remember the old days with 12-inch 33 RPM records. You had a nice canvas there to work with. And then we went down to the CDs. Do they even do artwork? I mean, if they're releasing an MP3, I guess they send it out, the artwork, through iTunes, I would imagine. Yes, no?
Right. Well, I have a digital distribution business. You guys are well aware of it. It's called BornAMusician.com, and they're also a sponsor of this project. And basically, when you go to our site and sign up, you have to upload the artwork, and then after that, you upload the WAV file for the audio and put all the information, like who's the songwriter, the name of the song, that stuff like that. And then you pay it, and it in a few minutes it goes through, and in 2 days it'll be on iTunes. I mean, it's very quick.
Well, if you want everybody want to remember a little bit here, John and I did a show on here for a year or so.
What was that called?
Born a Musician. Oh. And we brought in all kinds of different artists and stuff from different venues from all over the world. And we're going to be starting to replay some of those shows again back on WDBF Radio while we're taking a hiatus, and especially around Christmas time and stuff. We'll be playing some of those old shows, so stay tuned. But if anybody who's out there remembers, John and I did a show for a long time here on WDBF Radio, and we're going to do something else in the future.
Yes,
okay, so stay with us, John. We're going to break, and then we'll come back. And I want to know what the future projects you're doing. So stay with us, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're listening to WDBFradio.com.
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 Where my pot of gold that began to get boring, began to grow old. The only thing better than a setting sun is getting down and dirty with the scorpion. Scorpion! 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 Scorpion!
Well, with John Seda, and you're listening to WDBFradio.com. Who's with you, John?
I'm with here with my buddy Marco Dorado. Marco, why don't you say hello to everybody?
How y'all guys doing tonight? How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you? Are you originally from Florida, Marco?
Yeah, I'm from Tampa.
You're from Tampa originally, not from New York.
Not from New York. Tampa.
You sound like you have a little bit of a New York accent. I just want to let you know that.
I hang out with a lot of people from New York, so I tend to get that a lot.
See, years ago, when I thought I was going to move to Florida, way back when, I didn't want to develop a Southern accent. But now what's happened 30 years later, nobody is, it sounds like they have that Southern drawl anymore because New York and New Jersey and Connecticut have infiltrated the South.
It's true.
South New
They
York.
should be empty. There's a lot of y'all down here.
No, but you know what? No, something, all you got to do is go 5 minutes out of Tampa, and then the draw starts.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm from Plant City. Y'all doing good? Y'all boys kind of talk kind of funny down here.
That's how they talk, seriously.
I tried that once. They said, "Get off it, Meg. I know it's you." I can't do it. I can't even make my voice sound like that. Anyway, getting back to this, your future projects, I'm looking at some of the artwork that you described. Now, was that the singer? Is that Jeffrey Scott Wharton?
Yes, he's got the red scarf on with the, and the girls next to him with the Day of the Dead makeup. Do you know what the Day of the Dead is?
Yeah, I do.
It's a Mexican celebration, and I don't want to be a part of that day.
No.
Because I like living.
Now, be honest, John. I mean, you can't drink any of this liquor while you're recording. So when is appropriate?
Wait a minute.
No rules.
There are no rules.
You know what? When we did this project, we drank a lot of this stuff.
Yes, we did.
While you were recording.
No, well, of course, there's a limit to everything, but it was
in moderation.
In moderation, but you have to have the spirit if you're doing a song about Scorpion Mezcal.
And you had the spirits, yeah.
We had the spirits. I mean, one night what was it? This stuff is really smooth, and Steve knows this. I mean, he tried it one time. He had actually we tried. I opened a bottle of the $250 version of the Scorpion Mezcal, right? And nobody could believe how good it was. And before you know it, there was just people just smiling. That's all they would do. They wouldn't even speak. They would just smile.
Yeah,
because when it kicks in really good. It gives you a nice little sting.
And you need to have a designated driver to get back from the studio.
That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like to see a smile on the man I'm sitting next to right across from me here. That would be great. But it's the project that you're doing future projects. What is your next project that you're working on? When is it coming out?
I'm in the Christmas spirit. And last year I did something, and this is a interesting story. I don't want to get too much into it because I want to try to keep it let's keep everything happy. But I did a project last year, a Christmas song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning, like 3 days before Thanksgiving, and I had this impulse. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Steve about it too, and I had this impulse to do this thing, and I talked to friends, and at 3 o'clock in the morning I started writing the song. And then all of a sudden, we, in 1 week, we shot the video and we did everything. And it turned out that same night that I had that impulse, this is what's really crazy. My friend had a stroke in Spain.
Wow.
And we grew up together. And I posted it on his page because I had this one thing. I just started thinking of everybody I grew up with and all the people I was involved with in music. So they played the song for them while he was in a coma, and he woke up. And it really blew my mind when they told me that. And then, so this year, now I'm on a mission, So my next project is we're gonna do the Christmas song, "Christmas Time Is Here" by Vince Guaraldi, and we're actually gonna do a reggae version of it.
Oh,
and
I like
so
that
we're
already.
gonna start off with the traditional, the way it starts, and then it's gonna break into this reggae song, and so it's gonna be really cool. And the Scorpion Mezcal people are gonna be a part of it also. That's gonna be. They have supplied the liquor for the party, for the Christmas party. So a lot of other new people will be getting stung.
Oh boy!
Did they supply the girls from the dollhouse? That's what I want to know.
Well,
no, we did that.
Okay,
that was different.
That's my boy Marco in here. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate you backing me up.
Is Marco married? Is somebody in this group?
I'm not married.
Okay, you married?
No, ma'am. That's not happening in this life.
He's not talking up.
No.
No, I'm not married.
Actually, what's really funny? You bring that up. A lot of when we did the first video, it was funny. The guy we did the video with, he was like so adamant about doing this at the dollhouse, right? And I said to him, "Are you sure you want to do this, right?" And oh no, yeah, sure, no problem, let's do it. And he got a lot of flack for it afterwards. We didn't, because my wife is great. She knows I'm a pro, and this is all. It's like Hollywood. Nothing is real. It's all make believe,
Exactly.
But, and then what happened was we established this amazing relationship with the girls, and because they were awesome, I will tell you this. We started at 12 midnight, and they were there till 8 o'clock in the morning, and they never asked for anything. All they wanted to do was help. And it gave me, it really opened my eyes to look at things a little differently than I was before about the girls and stuff like that. And now working with, Alejandra and with Annalise, it's been awesome. And I can't speak more. I'm trying to find, I wish I could find a million words to describe how proud I am of them and how grateful I am to them for helping us. Because, when we did the video, I went to them and I kind of surprised them. I said, "Do you mind playing the bass?" And she goes, "Sure, I'll do it." And I went to Annalise and I said, "Will you play the guitar?" And she goes, "Well, I feel kind of awkward." And in about 5 minutes, they were playing. They were, pretending to be players, and they looked, even better than musicians that get up there and play. And musicians that have seen it, they've said, "That's amazing. They really look like they're playing."
Yeah, it didn't matter if they could play or not. Believe me. Okay.
You want to be proud of your work. Let's face it. Well, at the end of the day, you want to be proud of what you put out there.
I got a beautiful email from my buddy Douglas French, who's the owner of the Scorpion Mezcal Company, and he lives in Mexico. And he's done his interesting things in his life, and this is one of his adventures that he's done. And it's definitely a quality product, and he was so happy, with the results. That now he's talking about, he wants to see if we can get 1 million views on the video, and that's what we're hoping.
Well, it's good.
So we're very excited about that.
Excellent. And does he roll? How often does he send you a case of this stuff?
Well, there's a funny story to be told about that.
I think if we just ask, we'll probably get one.
It'll be over. I got some people I want to minister to.
Well, Marco was actually the one who saved the day because the alcohol. Marco came at the last minute. It was not him. At the last minute, all companies do this because I used to work for this microphone company years ago, right? And I would tell them 3 weeks in advance, look, there's this concert, send the microphones. And they would wait for the last day, and all of a sudden, everything overnight shipping. Oh my God, we spent $300 sending these microphones. Right? Well, the same thing kind of happened this time. So I had to hire Marco. And I said, Marco, can you go to Fort Lauderdale to pick up the bottles? He said, sure, I'll do it. And this man left at 3 o'clock in the morning and was back here at 11. You know how it's 5-hour drive down, 5-hour drive back.
Oh.
Normally, right? And he did it in record time. And he gets back here, and, now we have, 2 cases of the really expensive stuff.
And I wasn't drunk. I didn't drink any of it.
No, he did. He was a good boy. He didn't touch
How long does 2 cases last in that studio?
it's maybe.
Well, it started out with 3 cases. Now it's down.
Actually, we had four cases.
4 cases. Now you guys are lying to me. Okay.
4 cases.
Something's going on.
There's one semi-empty box. There's like 2 of them that are good. I mean, and I'm going to say this, and I want to say this now because I want to prove to Steve that I got word. Steve is getting one of the expensive bottles.
Well, there you go. Merry Christmas,
Steve. He keeps on asking me, don't forget to give it to me. Well, now I'm on the air, and I'm confessing to you, Steve, you have a bottle of the Scorpion 5-year Añejo.
All right, everybody heard it. All right,
you heard it.
All right.
It better last you a week, Steve.
You heard it here on WDBFradio.com. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do a promotion with it up at the back bar and give it away as a and let people try it and see if we can't get it put in there. So we're kind of helping Mezcal here on the other end.
That would make Doug very happy. Actually, his goal is this whole thing was done. Here's another thing that's interesting about the video. It's very hard. This is what I got to say about Jeffrey, the singer and the writer of the lyrics and stuff like that. He did an amazing job with the lyrics because you have no idea how hard it is to write about a scorpion. And he just came up with this magical thing and how he did it. And I was like, when he read it to me, I says, wow, dude, that is really cool because I cannot think what rhymes with scorpion. I mean, when you really think about it. Champion, scorpion. You're a champion if you can drink the scorpion.
Halcyon.
You got a wordsmith here.
Well, it's a very hard topic, and so he was very, it worked out really well. In one of the other songs we did, it was called the No 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 video. It was just one word where they mentioned scorpion. It wasn't even a part of the song. We just kind of changed the lyrics and we did a separate version, and we just put a bottle of Scorpion Mezcal in the song and the name, right? But this one is actually about the scorpion, and we had a scorpion girl. Annalise Gibson performs as a scorpion girl. She had the vampire teeth on. I mean, the video's really cool. I mean,
the video's awesome.
The video's, she's like sitting on this desert petting this scorpion. We bought this scorpion on eBay.
Well, John, tell everybody where they can go and look at these videos.
Where they can go, right now.
Yeah, really, go to Born a Musician on YouTube, and you can see all the videos. In fact, you can see one of the first videos with Marco in there playing Bill Clinton.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. That's him? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you need to go now. Tell it.
His voice doesn't fit that face.
Yeah, we're running out of time here before the top of the hour. So, John, give yourself a plug here and tell everybody where they can go look at this and listen to you and get online and get on board and all that kind of crap.
Okay.
Because this show is going to air about 3,000 times.
Yeah, that's for sure.
This is good. Okay, well, first of all, please support us and visit bornamusician.com. For those artists who want to sell their music online, our goal is to help and teach artists how to make money. Please visit scorpionmezcal.com to support Douglas French in Oaxaca, Mexico with his great product. The videos can be seen at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/bornamusician1. And it's the number 1, not 1 spelled out. Born a Musician 1. And we have several videos there. You can see Marco Dorado when he performed the Sugar Daddy song, and it was his idea about the Bill Clinton idea because as we all know, Bill Clinton was the Sugar Daddy, Mac Daddy, right?
Still is.
And I know that makes you happy, Margaret. That puts a smile on your face.
Yes. I think Hillary needs some of this tequila or whatever. Yes, right away.
Oh, I think she's had too much of it already.
Yeah,
do you eat the scorpion?
Biddy, you and I got to get together because you're moving to Florida.
John, do you eat the scorpion?
He always does.
You got to come by the studio. When you come by the studio, Margaret, you can drop them off.
Okay. I don't know if you're going to want him dropped off with that liquor in him, John. Nah. We'll play that when it comes. We'll cross that bridge when it comes.
I can't do any real drinking.
But anyway, okay, we'll see what we can do.
Anyway, that's right.
Agave is actually very healthy, right, Marco?
Yeah.
Did you know that? This is a tidbit. This is really gonna be. This is
fun
funny.
Fact.
This is true. You drink some of that, and Steve even knows this, right? When you drink this stuff, the next day, when you wake up,
You feel great.
You have cleaned all your insides out. Because there's something about the agave stuff.
Completely.
And it just clears things that you never thought that could be cleared.
It has medicinal purposes, I believe.
Yeah, it's a definite colon cleanser, I'll tell you.
There you go.
So Steve's doing so well. Well, thank you, John. We're coming up on a hard break. Thank you so much. We'll be looking forward to seeing that this weekend on your Facebook page. That's John Seda and Marco, who's very shy. He stands back on the mic. But we hope to have you guys back when we air back in December sometime. So God bless and have a great
Thanksgiving also.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
And we
Merry
speak to you before Christmas.
And I said Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays.
Rainbow in my heart of gold that began to get boring, began to grow old. The